Hello everyone, this is your chapter number 2, name Have Faith in God. And faith means that is strong belief that we have to always believe in God. Now here we start with the explanation or the reading part. Children, God is very helpful and caring towards all of us. He does all that which is good for us, but the problem is our way of thinking. We try to comprehend God with our limited intellect. It means we just try to understand something completely, but with our limited intellectual thinking, we try to judge God on the basis of events, that whatever good happened with us, then we just praise the God, and whatever bad happened with us, then we criticize the God. And that means we are judging God on the basis of the events. But this is not right. In fact, we should leave everything up to God and just have full faith in Him. We should never allow our faith to shake. It is seen that in times of troubles and sickness, people lose faith in God and end up criticizing Him. I already told you that in the trouble and sickness, people lose faith or just lose belief in God, and then end up with the criticize Him or just say bad things regarding God. But that is completely wrong, and this is not the right way to do that things. Trust God. He will surely cure your diseases and pull you out of troubles. And if we keep trusting on God, then one day He will cure our diseases and pull out everything or every troubles from our life. In the biblical stories, we find many instances where Jesus Christ cured the people. Now, so many instances are there in the Bible where Jesus Christ cured. Cured means to make something healthy again to people, or to make something healthy people again. Owing to His blessings, that if we get Jesus Christ or any God blessings, people get rid of their illness. Then people get just make yourself free, or makes yourself free from some illness or disease, etc. In an instance, now once a story or as an instance, two blind men approached Jesus Christ and said, "Have mercy on us, Son of God." Then Jesus asked them, "Do you believe that I can heal you?" "Yes," they replied. Then Jesus touched their eyes and said, "Then let it happen just as you believe." And their sight was restored. Once two men, that men just approached and said that two men approached Jesus Christ, said, "Have mercy on God," and they are blind, and Jesus touched on their eyes, and then the sight was restored. And in another incident, and one more incident regarding that, 10 lepers approached Jesus Christ and said that lepers means a person who has a disease called leprosy. That 10 lepers approached, that 10 men approached to Jesus Christ and said, "Jesus, the Master, have pity on us. Please help us." Jesus looked at all of them and said, "Go and let the priest examine you." While going towards the priest place, on the way they became clear and fully cured. In the Hindu epic Ramayana also, we find an incident where Lord Rama made a miracle happen. Once Lord Rama heard about an old lady, Ahilya, who had become a statue because of her husband's curse. Lord Rama had just touched the statue. His divine touch made Ahilya come out of the curse and become a living lady of flesh and blood once again. It means if we faith on God, then one day God will be us and just remove all our troubles and worries and diseases and whatever curse we have, all that vanished. So three instances in the given in that thing. Now a story is there of the isolated seaman. The isolated, it means that which are not connected with any other, means not connected with any other person, and a seaman means a sailor. Once upon a time, there lived a sailor who had a ship named Almighty. He was man of prayer and a great devotion towards God. One day, along with four other members, he boarded his ship for a long voyage. Now, once upon a time, there was a sailor, and his ship name is Almighty, and he is a man of a prayer. That means he just faith or strong belief in God and a great devotion towards God. And one day, along with four other members, he just go with his ship for a long voyage. Voyage means for a long journey. They kept on sailing for many days, and one night a tremendous storm occurred. It means a huge and terrible storm occurred, and it wrecked the ship, or it just destroyed the ship and killed all the other four members. Only the sailor survived and swam for 6 hours to reach an unknown island. The sailor roamed all through the island but could not find any human being. As time passed, he learned how to live alone on the island. He built a small hut on his own. He used to pick wild fruits and eat them. He used to also collect useful things in his hut. Though he was unhappy, he kept on praying to God. Now the only sailor survived and just swam for 6 hours and reached an unknown island, and after that he just could not find any human being, and the time passed. He learned how to live alone. He built a small hut. He just pick fruits and eat them and collect all the useful thing and make a hut. And though but still he was unhappy, but still he kept praying to God. One day, when he was praying to God, he felt a bit of warmth. Suddenly, a feeling of warmness is coming, and opening his eyes, he saw that his heart was burning, and he quickly started throwing water, but it failed to extinguish. And extinguish means now no longer survive, or no longer that in existence. Now, but it failed to extinguish the fire. He became very sad and stood helplessly beside the burning hut. As the hut turned into ashes, he became very annoyed, means very angry, because it's quite simple that after so many days he just built a small hut and suddenly it kept on fire. So basically, any person could hurt. So for like that, he also became very angry. He lost all hopes and started cursing God. He said, God, I always prayed to you. Even when you made me reach this lonely island, I kept on praying to you, but now you have done too much. It took me months to build the hut, which you ruined in a few hours. You do not love me at all, that I am your child, God, and I just make a hut by taking so many days, and you just did wrong thing, and now that means you don't love me at all, and I from now I'm not praying you at all. But now onwards I will never pray to you. Saying this, he started crying bitterly. After a few hours, as evening approached, the sailor saw a ship at a fair distance in the sea. Slowly, the ship reached near the island and stopped at some distance. Soon he saw a boat on which a few people were coming towards the island. Within nearly 10 minutes, the boat reached the island. The captain of the ship interrogated, or mean questioned, the sailor, and finally he rescued him by taking onto the ship. On the ship, The sailor asked the question, "How were you able to find me?" Then the captain replied, "We were moving towards our destination, but when we saw smoke going up from the island, we took it as a signal and we decided to check it out, and that is how we found you." On hearing the captain's word, the sailor was stunned or surprised. He immediately go back to the deck of the ship, it means the backside of the ship, and knelt down and apologized to God for cursing him. He understood that it was God who sent fire to rescue him. Now, children having firm belief in God is the duty of mankind. Develop a strong will of having complete faith in God. Slowly, you will realize that your emotional strength has increased. It means, now, this chapter is basically for that we have to trust God and we have to make belief in God, rather as a situation is a good or a bad. Maybe sometimes we are in a bad situation, but after some time we'll just just do the good things, and whatever it good for us, he knows very well. So never criticize or curse God, and try to accept or comprehend on making simple things, and only for that you have to faith in God and faith in him. So this is all this chapter about. Thank you. Have a nice day.